Here are 3 ways you can use your law firm monthly P&L to make more money. Here we go. If you are profitable, if you're making some money, you can have someone like us do it. There's 100 bookkeepers out there. We're better than everybody else, but you should be doing this and getting these numbers on a monthly basis. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why right now. Number 1, you are going to be able to see over time what your average monthly nut is. What do I mean by monthly nut? What are the expenses that you know that you're going to need to make every single month before you can turn a profit? Okay, what's that bottom line number that you need to make? You need to know that. It's going to help you sleep better at night. It's going to let you know if you are on track throughout the month to get to where you need to go. It's also going to give you an idea of whether or not you're making money just by really quickly looking at the revenue that you're generating in any particular month. And if you're not checking that, if you're not tracking that, by the way, this is a different conversation, maybe I'll make a video on this next, is you need to do that. So you need to track your sales, track your leads, track your qualified leads. I'm going to do that and break this down later, how we track sales in my firm, what I'm looking for and why that is. If, by the way, you want that, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button because it will be coming up along with a bunch of other great stuff. So that's number 1, understanding your monthly nut. Sometimes when I look at mine and when I have done this calculation over time, I can't believe how big that number is, which leads me to the second reason why you can use the law firm monthly P&L to make more money. You can use it to become a cheap curmudgeon. One of the easiest ways to become more profitable is to make more money. One of the other easy ways is to cut your expenses and only pay for the things that you need. When you see what your monthly sort of minimum expenses are, you can take some action to reduce those expenses. Every dollar that you sort of carve off the bottom is another dollar that could potentially be profit for you in your pocketbook. So that's number 2. The third thing that you can use your monthly P&L for is to determine and understand what your gross profit is. What is gross profit? Gross profit is basically taking your total gross income and subtracting out the labor and materials that you are using to provide the service. What does that mean if we're in a law firm? It's really mostly just the attorney costs and probably the paralegal costs. So the labor that you're going to want to pump out of there to find out what your gross profit is. That labor, typically, you cannot reduce, right? I guess you could fire somebody, but you're going to eliminate the ability to perform the service in the way that you want. If your gross profit, 60 to 65% as a law firm, you are not charging enough money. Okay, so if you got a 50% margin, if you got a 45% margin, that means you need to raise your prices or you need to generate more business. Usually it's a little bit of both. If you're not maxed out in what you can earn, then you need to go find a way to get some more clients because that monthly number for your payroll, for example, for your attorneys, it's probably pretty static. So you can add more business, which will add more revenue, which will make the percentage of gross profit higher because you'll have more revenue, you'll be paying the same labor, so that number will go up. If you are maxed out, if everybody is as busy as they can be and your gross profit is still under, that 60% number, then you are going to need to raise your prices a little bit. That's going to be the solution. But you can't know that unless you look at your P&L and see what your income is and then see what your your cost of goods sold or cost of service is, which is how much does it cost you to actually provide the service once someone is signed up. So this isn't admin people, this isn't your rent. It's what does it cost to actually produce the service that you are promising. You're going to have, again, a lot of labor for attorneys and paralegals, legal assistants potentially, and then you're going to have paper, like we're an estate planning law firm. So we have paper, we have binders, but that stuff is sort of minimal, really, when you think about it. That's it. 3 ways you can use your law firm monthly P&L to make more money. You heard it here first. Have a good one.